gonna do some St. Louis style pork ribs. We're gonna do them Texas style. And so I got a few ingredients here we're gonna do. First thing I've done is I've trimmed up this rack of ribs, peeled the silver skin off the back, the membrane, whatever, and kind of rounded it out and squared it up. Hey, a little tip on getting that membrane off the back. I use a dry paper towel, and you get that membrane started, and then you can just grab it, pull it right off. It'll just pull right off. That way it exposes the meat so you can get your seasoning into there from the backside. If that membrane's on there, after you cook it, it kind of leaves a, I don't know, it has a different taste. You're biting through that, and I don't like it. So that's how I always peel it off. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some coarse black pepper. And this is the bone side up. And the reason I add this pepper first is because I've been watching a lot of different deals, and I've tried it, and it's true that black pepper will allow the other seasoning to adhere to it. It'll kind of it'll attach itself to that. So I'm gonna add a little bit of coarse black pepper. I'm just gonna do a little salt because I don't want it too salty. And then a hint of garlic powder, not a lot, just enough to kind of set it off. And then we're going to use this bone sucking seasoning rub. It's for pork and everything. It's really good. It's something Caleb picked up. And I'm going to season this back side pretty heavy because it ain't going to be too salty. And I'm going to do it like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to let that sit for about 20 minutes. And so it can adhere and start sweating. But you don't want to season your meat. A tip, you don't want to season your meat like overnight and set it in the refrigerator, because all this seasoning has salt in it. It will draw the moisture out of your meat. I never season no longer than maybe 30 to 40 minutes before I put it right in the grill, or the smoker, sorry. So all right, we're gonna let this sweat a little bit and adhere. We're gonna flip it over and do the same thing to the other side, and then we'll show you what that looks like in a minute. All right, friends, we got the smoker set at about 275. We're gonna do a faster, little higher temperature. I'm gonna put these in here now. It's been going for a while. Just gonna place these dudes right in here. And right here. We'll kind of push them together. That way they'll actually cook in that form if you kind of keep them together. This other stuff I've got here is stuff I've trimmed off for the dogs or meat. I mean, there's really nothing wrong with it, but it has a lot of like silver skin or whatever, and I usually cook that with some bones to give to them. So there we go. Now we're going to cook this for 2.5 hours at 275. 2.5 hours for 275 till we get the color we want, and then we're going to wrap and do a little add some more seasoning and some stuff, and then they're going to go on there for about another 2 hours, and then they should be done. So we'll see you again in about 2.5 hours. All right, it's been about an hour at 275. I'm just going to check them out, and they're starting to look good. I'm going to go ahead and just spritz them a little bit. This is apple cider vinegar, about 1/4 of a cup, and the rest water. Sometimes I put a little honey in it, but right now I'm not, because I'm going to use honey here in a minute. So, I'm all spritzed up. Keep them moist about another hour, and then we're going to put them in the foil. All right, I got these. They've been cooking a little over 2 hours. That's kind of what they look like. We got the color we want. The dogs are interested. And we're going to take them inside and wrap them and do a little bit of seasoning to them, and then cook them for about another 2 hours, and they'll be ready to eat. We're going to finish these up, wrapping them. So what I'm going to do, just to get a little bit, I'm going to put just a little bit of this seasoning here on the bottom. Now I'm going to take 4 slabs of butter, kind of spread them out like that. And then I'm gonna take just a little bit of this Texas raw honey, and I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of that through there. And I forgot one ingredient. Give me a second. I'm gonna take a little bit of brown sugar, not a lot, just a little. We're gonna sprinkle that down through there, and then we're gonna take this rack of ribs, and we're gonna lay it right as the phone rings. We're gonna lay this right on here so it'll all kind of melt. And I used, this is 2 deals of foil, doubled the foil, because these bones will start popping through here in a minute, or in a little bit when it starts getting ready. So I'm gonna fold them over like this, over like this, and keep them nice and tight so they don't lose none of that goodness. And when I take them back out to the smoker, we're going to cook them meat side down so that it kind of melts and that stuff, it just kind of just bastes in our little concoction. So, wrap them nice and tight. And they're going to go back on the grill or on the smoker at about 275 for about 2 hours. And then we'll be ready to eat. It's been 2 hours at 275, 250, right in there. And so let's see what, let's unwrap it. Oh man, look at the juice that's still in there. See how the meat has pulled back from the bone? That tells you that it's done. So I'm gonna let that cool just for a minute. And here's the sausage that I did too. Eckrich sausage, I'm gonna slice that up real quick. My wife loves this sausage. I do too. Start letting stuff cool off where it can, still pretty warm. So we can do a little taste test. Ooh, man. All right, let's get these out here. Ooh, uh-oh, they're gonna come apart on me. This is the bone side, so I'm gonna flip her over. Ooh, choo, man, it's hot. All right, that's what she looks like. Sometimes it's easier to cut them on the bone side, but I think I can see the direction these bones are going. So let's try to cut into that. Oops. Okay, here's what we got. This is the meat side, obviously. There's our good smoke green. These things are pretty warm. So I'm gonna finish cutting this rack up, let them cool for a few minutes, and then we'll do the taste test. This is the moment of truth. First time I've done them these way. Let's see what they're all about. Man, that is a good rib. It has the peppery taste, the hot little spice, then you got the sweet too. Super juicy. Look at all the juice. You can drizzle that back on top of there if you really wanted to, but you don't need it. It's a winner chicken dinner. All right, y'all give this a try. And like I said, you can mix up your seasonings. You don't have to do it the way I did. You can do whatever you want. And that's the way I do these Texas style spare ribs. St. Louis style, but I did it Texas. Texas style is more of a pepper, salt and pepper, garlic type based. So that's what we did. Till next time, y'all give it a try, and we'll yell at you later. Keep looking to the east.